So welcome back to our reflections on the Stations of the Cross as we're preparing for Good Friday. Today we come to the fifth station of the cross. Jesus is helped by Simon of Cyrene. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world. We know from Luke's Gospel that the Roman soldiers were worried that Jesus wouldn't be able to make it all the way to the place of the crucifixion. He had already been tortured, and his injuries and blood loss would have weakened them considerably. And so the soldiers imposed the cross on Simon. And Luke tells us that Simon came from Cyrene in Libya, and that the name of his two sons were Rufus and Alexander, which kind of implies that Simon's family were known to the early Christian community. The fact that they were name checked is part of that story, as a reminder to us that this has lasting consequences. There's two ways, I think, of approaching this particular station. The first is, how do we come to the help of others? We, perhaps without realising it, lend a hand or put our shoulder to the weight of other people's problems and sufferings and trials and crosses, whether we become aware of it or not. The fact that we are invited to be people who come to the aid of others is important, and whether that's acknowledged or not is less important than just simply being there for them. The second thing is, how does Jesus help us? Simon has gone into history as being the one who comes to the aid of Jesus, but isn't Jesus the one who, by his passion, death and resurrection, has redeemed the world? How has Jesus helped Simon and Rufus and Alexander and that family to come to know God's love in their lives? And it may be that as we reflect in this station of the cross, that what we're invited to do is to think of how are we helping others and give thanks and praise to God for those opportunities, but also to become conscious of how does Jesus allow us to become conscious that he puts his shoulder beside ours to lift the weight of the cross that we are carrying, and to become aware also of the way in which his love unfolds in our lives in such a way as belonging to the Christian community we're able to grow and develop as his disciples. I love you, Jesus, my love above all things. I repent with my whole heart for having offended you. Never permit me to separate myself from you again. Grant that I may love you always, then do with me what you will.